Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We got some pre-1961 Apba bats. We got the Cincinnati Reds traveling to the St. Louis Cardinals. And to lead it off for the Reds, you got leading off playing center field Ed Rush, batting second playing third base Eddie Casco, batting third playing first base Ted Kalowski, batting fourth playing right field Wally Pace, batting fifth playing left field Frank Robinson, batting sixth doing the catching Ed Bailey, batting seventh playing second base Lonnie Fry, batting eighth playing shortstop Roy McMillan, and batting ninth doing the pitching Dolph LUQUE. And for the St. Louis Cardinals home team, you got leading off playing second base Red Swarovski, batting second playing right field Jesse Burkett, batting third playing shortstop Roger Hornsby, batting fourth playing left field Stan Musial, batting fifth playing first base Johnny Mize, batting sixth playing third base is Whitey Karowski, batting seventh playing center field is Enos Slaughter, batting eighth on the catching Jamie Wilson, and on the mound batting ninth is Mort Cooper. Let's get down here to the stadium and get this game started, folks. Rush is up at the plate, batting .382, one homer and 13 RBIs, going up against Mort Cooper. This is Cooper's third start. He's 0-1 with a 7.5 ERA. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. It's a fly ball out to Slaughter in center field for out number one. And now you got up to the bat Eddie Costco, and Costco is batting .154. He's got a homer and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Johnny Mize. He calls off. Cooper takes it himself for out number one. And Big Clue comes to the plate, batting .225, a homer and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Hornsby. 1-2-3 goes the Reds. We get to the bottom of the first. Reds nothing. Cardinals coming up to the plate.
Shown the host.
And Reds due up, followed by Burkett and Hornsby. And Red is batting .241. Got a homer and 7 RBIs. This is Dolph's fourth appearance. He started 4 games. He's 2-1 with a 2.88 ERA. His is pitched to Red. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Red out for out number one. And up to the plate now steps Burkett. And Burkett's batting an even .400. No homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a pop up down the second. Fry makes the catch for out number two. 2 up and 2 down here for the Cardinals. And Hornsby comes to the plate, batting .267, 3 homers, and 11 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. 2 out base hit. First hit of the ball game by either team. First base runner. That brings up Stan the Man, the runner down at first. And Rogers, he might be taking off here. Let's see what his stolen base looks like. He hasn't tried a stolen base. He's going to this time. It'll be a 22. That will be a 44 lower. He's in there at second. And he's in there with a stolen base. So Roger gets in the scoring position now with 2 outs. And Stan the Man's up to the plate. Here's the pitch to Stan. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Fry. He fires over to Ted. And that'll end the inning. Cardinals strand one. We go to the top of the second, still no score. We got Post, Robinson, and Bailey due up here for the Reds. And Wally's batting $140. He's got 3 homers and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Hornsby at short. Over to Johnny Mize for out number 1. Brings up Frank Robinson now. Batting $240 on the year, 4 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That's Cooper's first strikeout of the ball game. 2 down now, and that brings up Ed Bailey. And Bailey's batting .237. Got a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a That's going to be a base hit in the left field, and Bailey gets the first hit here for the Reds with 2 outs here in the second. That brings up Lonnie Fry now with a runner down at first. And Fry's batting .250, no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a 15. That's going to be another hit, back-to-back hits with 2 outs. That's an infield hit for Fry. And all of a sudden here, the Reds are making some noise with the 2-out rally going here. Brings up McMillan. And Mack batting .208. Now he's got a runner in scoring position. Bailey not great speed up there at second. He's got a homer and 8 RBIs as McMillan. And that's going to be 18. That is going to be a pop-up down the short. Hornsby calls for it, waits for it to come down, makes the catch. The Reds strand 2 to the bottom of the second we go. Mize, Big Clue, and Slaughter due up here. And Johnny Mize is batting. Sorry, Big Clue, wrong team. And Big Johnny Mize is batting .275, 6 homers and 13 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Johnny Mize gets aboard here with a leadoff single. And Whitey's at the plate now. Whitey's batting .250, 3 homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Rush and center field for out number 1. That brings up Enos Slaughter. They're going to do a hit and run here. Try to get the wheels in motion here. And that's going to be a 20 and a 7. That is going to be a 30. That is going to be a fly ball in the left field. Frank Robinson makes the catch for out number 2. And Mr. Wilson's up. Jimmy Wilson's batting $184, no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a 24 and a 10, yep. And a 10. And that is going to be a base hit in the center field. Johnny Mize, even with his speeds, is probably going to get down the third with no throw with 2 outs on that hit. Yep, he'll get down the third with no throw. So now we got first and third and 2 outs. And up to the plate now steps Mr. Cooper. Mort Cooper's up. He is 0 for 3 on the year. Here's a pitch to Cooper. Can he help his own cause? Not this time. It's a fly ball out to Wally and right. And that'll end the inning. The Cardinals strand 2. We go to the top of the third. We got the bottom part of the order. Dolph, then back to the top and Rush and Casco. And Dolph batting .125, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Stan the Man for out number 1. And we're back to the top of the order. And Ed Rush flew out to center his first time up. And not this time. He blasted that ball in the left field. And he's going to run for a while, folks. He's headed to third, and he's in there with a 1-out triple. And the Cardinals now got to bring the infield in, I guess. And Eddie Casco's up. Eddie's batting $151. Got a runner 90 feet away in a 0-0 ball game. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Let's see here. 26 on an 8 should be fielding column 1 easily. Just barely fielding column 1. Said that with a lot of confidence. And they're going to get the runner out at home. So that's going to be the old 6-2 put out. So now you got a runner down at first and 2 outs for Big Clue. And it's still a tie ball game. Is bringing the infield in paid off for the Cardinals. Big Clue grounded out to short his first time up. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball out to stand. That ends the inning. The Cardinals strand 1. At the bottom of the third we go in a 0-0 ball game. We got the top of the order due up here for the Cardinals. Red, Burkett, and Hornsby. Red struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Robinson makes the catch for out number 1. And Jesse Burkett's up now. Popped up to second his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to McMillan. And that'll be out number 2. 2 up and 2 down here in the third. It's up to Hornsby to get aboard here. He singled and stole a base his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the post. Cardinals go down in order. To the top of the fourth we go. You got Post, Robinson, and Bailey due up here for the Reds. See, the Reds have gotten 2 more games here against the Cardinals. And they stay on the road to go to Pittsburgh to take on the Pirates. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center field. Slaughter's got it for out number 1. Frank Robinson grabs a bat, comes up to the plate. He struck out his first time up. Not this time. That's a base hit in the right field. So Frank's aboard with a 1-out single. Burkett gets over there, cuts it off quickly. Holds him to a single, and Ed Bailey's up. And Bailey is 1 for 1. He singled his first time up. And that's going to be that's the 10. That is going to be another base hit. This one in the right field. And let's see here. Will he try to chance it here? 2, I doubt it. A 39. This doesn't seem worth it. He can score on a single. And he's going to hold up at second. So Bailey gets a single. Now we got first and second. 1 out. And Lonnie Fry's up. Fry delivered here with a runner in scoring position. And Frank Robinson with great speed. Bailey at first. Lonnie singled his first time up. And that is going to be a base hit. Let's see where this ends up at. Fry squares it up. And that ball is hit into right center field. And Bailey may not be able to score on this with 1 out. Yeah, he's going to stay put at third. So it's an RBI double by Fry. And the Reds take a 1-0 lead. Second and third now. 1 out. And the Cardinals are bringing the infield in against McMillan. And Mack is 0 for 1. He popped up to short. And that's going to be a base on balls. Does set up the double play. They're going to keep the infield in for Dolph. And Dolph flew out the left his first time up. And not this time. That's going to be a 19. And we don't need no stinking DH. That's a ground ball over the first base bag in the right field. Burkett gets over. That'll score 1. And with McMillan's speed and only 1 out, he'll stop at second. So all of a sudden, that doubles your pleasure, doubles your fun, doubles your lead with double mint gum. And we're back to the top of the order. And Ed is tripled and flew out the center. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left. The bases loaded. Well, the bases ain't loaded. Wait a second here. Let's go back here, undo. Undo. Okay. Mac gets a single. Right? Yeah, Mac got a single. Just trying to remember here. Something did that one. Undo. What did Mac do? McMillan. What the heck did he do? I can't remember what Mac did. Give me a second here. Got this all screwed up. So Mac singled with the bases. Mac walked. That loaded the bases. That's what we're looking at here. Mac walked with the bases loaded. And then, let's see here what old Dolph did with the bases loaded. Get this straight here. Sorry about that. Messed this all up. And Dolph with an 8. He gets a single, I believe. 19. Nope. That is going to be a fly ball out the right field. And let's see here. If Billy's not going nowhere. Not with his speed. So Bailey flies out the right. And now base is still loaded for Ed. And Ed's going to fly out the left. And keeper gets out of this mess with nobody scoring. But the Cardinals score 1, take a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th. We got Stan the man up, usual, and followed by Mize and Whitey. And Stan is 0 for 1, grounded out the second. That's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Frank Robinson makes the catch for out number 1. And Johnny Mize is now up. And the big catch 1 for 1. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Mize out. Only the second strikeout of the game for Dolph. And Whitey's up now. He flew out the center his first time. And not this time. That ball is high. How far is this one going to travel, folks? That's going to be a 23. And that ball is out of here. Whitey hits a solo homer and ties this ball game up just like that. It is now 1 apiece. And Enos Slaughter's at the plate. And Slaughter, he flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. That'll end the inning. But the solo homer ties the game up at 1 apiece as we go to the 5th. We got Casco, Big Clue, and Toast due up here. Eddie's 0 for 2, grounded out twice. And that's going to be a fly ball this time out to Burkett for out number 1. And Big Clue grabs a bat. He's 0 for 2, grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Cooper strikes him out for out number 2. And now you got Toast up. He's grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a double in the right field. Toast smacks that against the wall. And now with 2 outs, a runner down in scoring position. You can see the team comparison. Reds are 7 and 8. They've scored 60 runs on 14 homers, no stolen bases, and haven't been caught. Cardinals are 5 and 9, 64 runs, 21 homers, 3 stolen bases, and have been caught once. And now you got Frank Robinson up, 2 outs, a runner down at second. And Robinson singled and came around the score in the 4th. And that's going to be a 40 against the team. Let's see here. 9, 18, 28, 33, 7, 39. Wild pitch running to third by wild pitch 3 only. He's not, so that's going to be a rare play. A 40 with a runner down at second. And what's the dice roll there? A 25 and a 40. 25 and a 40. That is hit in the center field. And Slaughter's a 2 out there. And that should be fielding column 1, a 22 and a 2. And it is. And that's going to be a fly ball. Slaughter makes the catch. And that'll win the inning. And the Reds strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 5th, still tied up at 1 apiece. You got the bottom part of the order due up here. Wilson, Cooper, and then back to Red at the top of the order. And Jamie's 1 for 1. He singled his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. That'll be a single. And the leadoff batter's aboard here. And the bottom of the 5th. And Cooper's going to try to bunt him over in the scoring position. Cooper flew out the right his first time up. And that's going to be a nice bunt. And that's going to be bunted down the 3rd. Eddie's only plays over to 1st with Fry covering. And that'll be out number 1. But now the runner's in scoring position. We're back to the top of the order here with a 1 out for Red. Red is struck out and flown out. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And that'll be out number 2. So it's up to Burkett here to drive in the go-ahead run. Burkett's 0 for 2. He's popped up and grounded out. And that's going to be a 1, 2, and an 8. That is going to be a ground ball down the Fry over the Big Clue for out number 3. And the Cardinals strand 1 to the top of the 6th we go. We got Bailey, Fry, and McMillan due up here. And Ed's 2 for 2. He singled twice in the 2nd and 4th. And make that and that's going to be a 10. That might be another single by now. And it sure is. That's a single in the left field. And Bailey's aboard for the 3rd time here. 3 singles. And Lonnie Fry's up now. And Fry is 2 for 2. He had the RBI double back in the 4th. Singled in the 2nd. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Fry out. Only his 3rd strikeout of the game for Cooper. Brings up McMillan now with the runner still down at 1st. He's walked and popped up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 2nd. And they're going to get the lead runner out. So that'll be a 4-6 put out. And with 2 outs and a runner down at 1st, they're going to let Dolph hit. And Dolph's 0 for 2. He's flown out to left and right. And that's going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. Cooper strikes him out. And that ends the top of the 6th. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Hornsby, Musial, and Mize in a 1-1 game. Can they finally get the Dolph here? And Dolph, looking at Hornsby, he's 1 for 2 with a stolen base today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Ed in center field for out number 1. And Stan the man's up now. And the man's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flown out. And not this time. He pokes out in the right field, turns on it, drives it in there. Post gets over quickly, cuts it off. That's a 1-out single. And up to the plate to Johnny Mize now. And Johnny's 1 for 2. Single back in the 2nd. Is struck out. And that's going to be a 22 and a 7. That is going to be a ground ball down the short. 55 and an 8 should. 55 and a 10 should be fielding column 1. Barely. They'll get the lead runner. They'll get Stan the man out. So now you got runner down at first. And up to the plate steps Big Clue. And it's a 1-1 game. 2 outs. Clue. Ain't Clue, it's Whitey. I'll get it right. Whitey's 1 for 2. He homered, drove in the only run of his ball game for him. And he gets a hold of this one again. Whitey's having one hell of a game here. And that ball is blasted in the right field. And Johnny Mize down there with 2 outs. Let's see here. They're going to send him here. Try to get the lead here on this double. 28, 54 lower. He's safe at home. And he's in there. RBI double by Whitey. He's drove in both runs now. And it's 2-1 Cincinnati. Now you got Enos Slaughter up with a runner in scoring position. And Slaughter's 0 for 2. He's flown out to left and right. And that's going to be a 22. That's going to be another single in the right field. And Whitey doesn't have very good speed at all. See if he can score on this. A 56. And they're going to send him a 29. What's that, a 55? Yep, a 55 or lower. And he'll try to make it on a 55 or lower. And he's in there with an RBI single by Slaughter. And it's now a 3-2 ball game. As the Cardinals scored 2 here in the 6th. And now you got a runner down at first for Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson's a perfect 2 for 2 today. And here's the pitch to Wilson. And that's going to be a 24 and an 8. And that'll be the final out. That's a ground ball. Might be a swing and a miss. Yep, that's a swing and a miss. He strikes Wilson out. But the Cardinals score 2. Take a 3-1 lead into the top of the 7th. We got the top of the order due up here. Ed Rush, Ed Casco, and the Big Clue. And Ed's 1 for 3. He had a triple back in the 3rd. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Burkett's got it for out number 1. And Eddie Casco's up. Casco is 0 for 3. Grounded out twice and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Hornsby. Over to first for out number 2. And can Big Clue do something here with 2 outs? He's 0 for 3. Grounded out, flown out, and struck out. And that's going to be a base on balls. That brings the tying run to the plate. And Wally Post. One swing of the bat here, and it's a tie ball game, folks. Wally's 1 for 3. He doubled back in the 5th. Here's the pitch to Post. And that's going to be a ground ball down the back to the mound. Cooper's up with it, fires over to first, and that ends the top of the seventh. To the seventh inning stretch we go. At the bottom of the seventh, we're 3-1 Reds. Cooper's due up. Cooper's pitching an 8-hit, 1-run game. They're going to let him stay in the game, I guess. He's 0 for 1 today. He has flown out and had a sacrifice bunt. He'll be followed by Red and Burkett. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Dolph strikes him out for out number 1. And up to the plate now steps Red. 0 for 3. He's flown out twice and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And Ed's got that for out number 2. Up to Jesse Burkett to do some damage here. 0 for 3, grounded out twice and popped up. And not this time. Burkett gets a hold of this one, folks. Let's see where this ball goes to. And that ball is ripped into the gap in right field. So a 2-out double by Burkett. And insurance run down there at second for Hornsby. Let's see if Rogers can do something here. He is 1 for 3. He singled and stole a base. He's flown out the center and right. And that's going to be the ground ball back to the mound. Sorry, ground ball down to first. Big Clue's got it. Tosses it over to Dolph covering. To the top of the 8th we go, folks. You got Robinson, Bailey, and Fry due up here. And Frank is 1 for 3. You can see the team comparisons. The Reds are batting .210, a .271 on base, slugging .359, and a .629 OPS. Cardinals are batting .230, .311 on base, slugging .379, and an OPS of .690. And Robinson with the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Burkett for out number 1. Reds with leaks like to get 1. I think I'm making a 1-run game going to the 9th. And Bailey's a perfect 3 for 3. He singled in the 2nd, 4th, and 6th. And not this time. That's a ground ball down the Red. Tosses it over to Mize. They finally get him out. And Lonnie Fry's up now. Lonnie's 2 for 3 with an RBI double back in the 4th. And that's another ground ball. Nope, that's a swing and a miss. Cooper strikes him out, and that ends the inning. Bottom of the 8th we go. We got Musial, Mize, and Whitey due up here. Stands 1 for 3, single back in the 6th. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Fry. He throws over to Big Clue for out number 1. And Big Clue, now we got the big cat. Johnny Mize 1 for 3. Singled, reached on a fielder's choice, and came around the score. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ed at 3rd. He fires across the diamond for out number 2. And now you got Whitey up. He is 2 for 3. He's got an RBI double. He's got a solo homer. Here's the pitch. Excuse me. And that's going to be a hit by pitch. And they ain't liking that here in Cardinal land. They think that's a little retaliation for how well. See if Slaughter can make them pay for hitting him. Slaughter 1 for 3 with an RBI back in the 6th. And that's going to be the old ground ball down the Fry. We'll go the short way over the 2nd. Now to win the inning. To the top of the 9th we go. Got McMillan, a pitch hitter for Dolph. And back to the top of the order. Cooper trying to go the distance here. And Cooper's going to face McMillan, who's 0 for 2. He walked back in the 4th. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Hornsby. And that'll be out number 1. And we'll see who's going to pitch hit here for Dolph. See who's coming off the bench. And Grady Hatton's coming off the bench. See what the Hat can do. Hey, Ken. And Ken Castro joins us here. Let's see what old Grady can do. Try to keep this game alive here. There's 1 out. And the Reds are trailing by 2. And Grady is batting .200 on the year. No homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play. 39, 41 on a 39. Probably going to be a foul ball. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 1 on old Grady. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be a slow roller down the red. Over to Mize. And now the Reds are down to their last out. We're back to the top of the order. See what Ed can do here. Ed is 1 for 4 with that triple back in the 3rd. And that's going to be against 19. That is going to be a swing and a miss. Cooper strikes him out. That's the way to end the ball game, folks. And the Cardinals win 3-1. Take a look here at the box score. And the Cardinals 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. The Reds 1 run, 8 hits, and no errors. Ed Bailey going 3 for 4. You had Wally, Post, and Fry hitting doubles. The Reds were only 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position, left 9 men on base. And the Cardinals, you had Whitey having a hell of a game, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. You had that double and homer. The Cardinals are only 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position, left 7 men on base. Dolph goes 8 innings, drops to 2-2, 9 hits, 3 runs, 4 strikeouts in the homer. Cooper goes 9 innings, goes to 1-1, 8 hits, 1 run, walked 2, struck out 6. Let's take a look here at the standings. In the National League, got the Giants a game up on Ken's Phillies. The Braves are 2 games back. Cubbies, Dodgers, Pirates, 3 games back. The Reds on a 3-game losing streak are now 3.5 games back. And the Cardinals on a 3-game winning streak are only 4 games back. You got Ed Delaney leading the National League with a .412 batting average over his teammate Chuck Klein. Joe Adcock with 8 homers. Hank Aaron, Joe Adcock, and Chuck Klein with 22 RBIs on the year. And Dazzy Vance with a 1.62 ERA. A boatload of pitchers with 3 wins. And Marv Grissom with 4 saves on the year. Yeah, Phillies are tough. They're going to be tough. You got Hank Aaron leading in the MVP voting, and Dazzy Vance leading in the best pitcher category. And let's see who's the pitchers going to be for the next game here. So I think a 3-game series, if I remember correctly. So you're going to have Bucky Waters going up against Dizzy Dean. That should be a hell of a matchup there. That'll be the next game here on the channel. Yeah, exactly. They're not doing bad at all. That is for sure. Take a look here at the team batting. We can do that. I didn't want that. Didn't want to do that. I wanted to view it. There we go. Yeah, the Phillies are batting .264 in second with batting. They've hit 24 homers. I think that's third in the National League. Yep, third in the National League. They got the most stolen bases. Of course, they got sliding Billy Hamilton, 21 stolen bases out of that. But he's got like 14 of them. We'll take a look here. Let's take a look at the pitching too. Because the Phillies pitching ain't bad at all either. See here, ERA. Phillies are fourth in ERA with a 4.2 ERA. Let's see here. Yeah, no stolen bases, exactly. Yep. They don't have much speed. Not much speed on that team. That's for sure. They might be the only team without a stolen base. Yep. Yeah, they're the only team without a stolen base. The Cubbies got 1. Braves and Giants 2. Pirates 3. Cardinals 4. The Dodgers 5. And like I say, the Phillies with 21. Like I say, let's see how many Hamilton's got on his own. Okay, here, go to the Phillies. Hamilton, I sold him short. He's got 16 out of the 21. Delaney with 4. And Pinky with 1. Yep. Alrighty, like I say, the next game will be game number 2 of this Cardinals Red series. Like I say, it'll be Waters against Dean. It should be a hell of a pitching matchup. I want to thank Ken Castro for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like and bell, and leave a comment. Oh, you're welcome, Ken, buddy. Till next time, y'all have a great day and take care.